Football fans, Gooners, welcome to today's version of the Uncensored Arsenal. And I have another version playing in the background. Welcome to so let me get this version of the Uncensored Arsenal. Let me get rid of this. I have another version playing in the background. Okay, I did get rid of it. I don't know why it's there, but technology. Too many laptops, Gerrge. So, Gerrge, we had a victory at Burnley yesterday. Let me see how this goes. I'm going to bring up the chat, the comments. I hope there are some people watching. There's a grand total of 0 watching right now, Gerrge, but you know we do our replay. And by the way, Gerrge, before I even go into that, I should really not sell ourselves short. There are people, we repost these. Of course, these are YouTube live streams are available, and our viewership has been rising slowly but surely. And I want to give credit to all those people who watch us, even if they don't tune in live. And I want to remind people to like and subscribe. Gerrge and I are trying to do something different from the usual crowd. And today, hopefully, we will. 1 free kick to 40 crosses, Gerrge. A win for Arsenal. 40 crosses. Burnley was like the anti-vampire, Gerrge. But they got in at least 6 shots. 9 attempts, I think, if I am to quote this guy, Scott Willis, Gerrge. There's something happening there. You think it was a great grand victory? You're holding your face, Gerrge. Am I missing something, Gerrge? Tell me.
We start when the final whistle went. I was relieved. I thought that's good. 3 points. I'm really not bothered about the performance. The 3 points are all that matters, and I was happy enough. And I went on Twitter and on some blogs, the comments, and the realization started to set in that we're like a starving man that's been thrown a loaf of old mouldy bread, and we're grateful for it.
Good.
This is how bad it's got, that we've beaten by 1 goal Norwich, and that was a rather fluky goal where Pepe crossed it by accident via the fucking Norwich player to an Aubameyang who was offside otherwise.
Yes.
A free kick, a great free kick, by the way.
Yes, indeed.
Against Burnley. Now, these are the 19th and 20th place teams in the league. And fucking hell, it's come to that. I'm happy about it. I'm fucking happy that we've beaten these 2 relegation rival fucking teams.
Right.
As the day went on, I got more and more depressed, not at the team, not at the play, at my own acceptance that I was happy about this absolute carnage that I'm watching. I mean, if that was a neutral game, you would turn it off. It was dire. It was awful football from both teams. And I'm watching it, smiling, thinking, yeah, we could get 3 points here. Yay. What the fuck has it come to? It's so depressing. So I've decided to stop trying to look for the positives in the play or even to do a critical analysis of what's happened. Mm-hmm. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look for the humour in the fan base, because I've never seen it before. If you look at it, it's fabulous what's going on. It really is. I mean, somebody tweeted me this morning that I should be grateful because we got 3 points against Burnley, and Manchester City only got 1 point against Aston Villa at home. Like the straws that they're clutching for now.
Yes.
it's not only the last one, it's a fragment of the last one, and they're grabbing it and somehow turning it into a positive. I mean, we've played 5 games now. We were awful against Brentford and got spanked. We were terrible against Chelsea,
Now,
got beaten comfortably. We were poor against City and got thrashed.
right.
We were crap against Norwich, but they're so crap that somehow we won.
Yeah.
And we were dire yesterday against a team that is poor and is in the middle of a poor run. Not only are they a bad team, they're in a bad run. And we beat them. And we're fucking happy. Well, no, I'm not. I can't have it. So,
No, George, that's why I decided that it was. It is indeed funny. I mean, yes,
It
I
is
was
funny.
relieved.
it is.
I was relieved, but just looking on the game itself, I mean, they had more shots. They had more shots. 18 shots to our 13, and I'm looking here. They had, but 10 of them were off target. We only had 13 shots. They had 8 corner kicks. We only had 3. They had 13 shots inside the box, George. Well, I mean, your people do critique when I give these stats. They were not very good shots. Even that, I think it was Chris Woods got this. Well, he got the freedom of the 18-yard box, and he flashed one about 10 yards wide with a header. And the thought came to my mind after the game, just like you. You remember how Manchester City teed up their crosses straight to someone? Do you think that we could allow 40 crosses against Ivan Toney and his brethren there? I thought of a minute, are we? Yes, we won and I'm happy. But this is crazy, George.
It is. It's amusing and it's sad. It's sad that it's come to this, that we should be happy with our mouldy bread. I mean, we're not even getting scraps from the banquet, are we? We're getting scraps from the servants' quarters.
Right. Down in the basement.
Yeah.
Literally.
In the fucking dark. It's I feel like fucking I can't remember. Edmond Dantes in the dungeon.
That does Inferno.
Feeling Count of Monte Cristo, feeling so happy that he's found a fucking spider that he can eat. It's
exactly in the dark.
And he was happy because he found a spider to eat.
Yes,
but I'm not enjoying eating these spiders. And I can't see it. It's not like you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, this is a good basis to build on. Is it? Fucking playing that badly for 2 games against the 18th, the 19th and 20th place teams in the league. Mm-hmm. And we can build on that. Well, it's... But let's try and look at the positives. Let's try and get looking balanced.
Yes.
Gabriel had a good game.
Yes, George, and he rightfully got man of the match.
And Ramsdale had a good game. And
I'm beginning to miss. I'm gonna start forgetting Emi Martinez.
Yeah.
But I can't forget him because last year you and I said, and we are the amateurs. You and I said we sold the wrong goalkeeper. 1 year later, we buy a brand new goalkeeper and sit the guy who we said is the wrong goalkeeper down.
Yeah.
And we got pelted on Twitter. I got pelted, you got pelted, and anybody else who said you sold the wrong goalkeeper. It amazes me. Nobody likes to hear this from us, but it is. But 12 months later, the manager actually says, I don't think I got him. He had a quote yesterday, which, if in effect, said, Leno will have a hard time getting back in this team. It's unbelievable, George.
So there's him. Those two played well. The Emperor Hirohito had a good game.
Oh,
Didn't
yes, he did.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with him defensively, George.
He won every headed challenge. But on the flip side, they got 40 crosses in, and he's a fullback. How the fuck did that happen?
I'm going to talk about that.
And fullback's also supposed to stop crosses coming in. And the other side, Kieran Tierney, Jesus Christ, he drives me to distraction. Like, he's not a good defender, and he just spams the ball in from anywhere. You know, it's like there's a lot of teams play this way. They just keep spamming the ball in and hoping that someone gets on the end of it. And if you spam enough in, eventually someone will get on the end of it. But it still drives me mad that he's never picking someone out. But anyway, he didn't have a good. But those three players had a good team. Sambi Lokongo came on, and I thought he looked composed. He looked good. Ainsley Maitland-Niles came on, and he was a massive improvement on Thomas Partey. Some people were telling me Thomas Partey had a good game. He was fucking awful. You know, he passed the ball to the fucking. He passed the ball to the ball boys more often than fucking he did to players.
Here's what I tweeted.
Terrible game. Saka.
Go ahead.
Saka, what's happened to him? Emil Smith-Rowe, what's happened to him? I'll tell you what's happened to him. They've learned how to play the Arteta way. And they haven't. They can't get a goal or an assist between them in fucking 18 games. That's what's happened to them. It's not that they've become bad players. The system don't fucking suit them. Pepe, frustrating as ever. I mean, Jesus Christ. Aubameyang, sometimes you can't even be bothered running for the ball these days. We created nothing. There's no. Honestly, it was. You know, last week I said I was watching with the sound off, and at the beginning of the game, before Norwich got a foothold.
Yes.
Before Norwich got a foothold on the game. Well, and it was like playing it fast forward. Well,
yes.
Yesterday it was the opposite. It was like watching in slow motion. Yeah. We were passing it. We ended up with 55% possession, and I bet if you broke that down, 80% of our possession was in our own half. There was this horseshoe passing it between the.
Yes, it was a horseshoe. Yes.
Centre backs and the full backs, and passing it back to the goalkeeper and back again. Loads of possession in our own half, absolutely going nowhere. Too many touches of the ball. 1 or 2 touch football. No, it's 3 and 4 and 5 touch football. They get it and they look around. Everybody's set, and what they do, they want to pick. And I don't think they want to pick the right pass. I think they want to pick the pass that Arteta wants them to make. I think that's what they're looking for. What pass does the boss want me to make? Oh, he'd want me to go out to Tierney. I'll pass it to him. By which time they've been closed down. Oh, no, that's not on. I'll turn around and I'll pass it back to the fucking centre back, and we'll start it all off again. It's so slow, so predictable. There were no big chances for us, really. There weren't.
There's a stat here about the big chances, and we had big chances, missed one. Big chances, we had one big chance. I think that's the Aubameyang, or was it Smith-Rowe? I can't remember what it was.
Smith-Rowe, I think.
It was the first half.
Decent. He had a decent chance, Smith-Rowe.
Yeah.
But, you know, in his current goal-scoring streak, it's not a chance at all, is it? So that's where we are. You know, it was a terrible performance. Terrible. Awful. But we got 3 points. Yay!
And everyone is happy. George, I was interrupting you, but I kept I trying to restrain myself in this live stream. But when you spoke about Partey, I tweeted during the game something that he had pointed out to us. And it was he was spot on. He would get the ball, make a forward pass, somewhat forward, right? Gets a return pass, and then he turns backwards. He doesn't look up for the opportunity. He hasn't even. Well, you know, before you even make the first pass, you should be surveying what your opportunities are for the second pass, because you're going to get the return ball, because the guy you're passing to is being closed down very quickly.
Yeah, and and the guy you're passing to has his back to fucking goal, and it's the only pass on.
Right.
And you shouldn't fucking give it to him in the first place.
Right.
Ainsley Maitland-Niles is a better player than Thomas Partey. From what we have seen, I mean, he can't be. He can't be because we paid £50 million for him. He was highly regarded. He wasn't exactly coveted because nobody else wanted to buy him, but he was highly regarded, and we paid £50 million for him. So he must be a good player. But why are we not seeing it? Why are we not seeing Aubameyang as a good player? Why is Emile Smith-Rowe and Saka not able to get a goal or an assist between them? You know, even your golden boy, Odegaard, what's he doing other than scoring a free kick yesterday? And it was a great free kick, but with one goal from a set piece. What the fuck are we watching here? This is Arsenal. Where has it gone? What's happened? It's a nightmare.
George,
It's a nightmare if you don't want to laugh.
it is a Barnum. It's a dark shadows. Barnabas Collins nightmare.
If I was an opposing fan, it would be as funny as fuck watching Arsenal.
But you know, George, I tweeted during the game that Odegaard, he doesn't seem to be enjoying this. He would get the ball, look up, and then turn back. Look up and then turn back, make a backward pass. And then he was being closed down and he didn't seem to like it. And then he got the free kick and all was well. But in the second half, he totally disappeared. And I'm wondering, and these people, you know, a certain blogger, who's call his name, is now touting all these young players, telling about positive energy. And the fist pumping of Ramsdale is what makes a difference as a goalkeeper. I had to fucking laugh. This is unfucking believable. If you think fist pumping energy is going to work against some of these more clinical attackers instead of a team that spams crosses every minute, then you're off your fucking mind. Sorry for my French.
Yeah. No, it's all right. I'm offended, but I'll let you know.
YouTube might not like this, neither might some of my fans. But it's unbelievable what the excuses, and this is the guy, but we know what it is, George. For 15 years, this idiot has been saying we need to buy players. So we buy players, we buy £150 million worth of players. They say that we need to buy young players. Yet, George, poor old Saka and Saka in particular, £72 million Pepe cannot. They had opportunities to put this game away here, George, and all it needed was a well-loaded forward pass, and they couldn't make it. Yet we hounded out a guy because to Fenerbahce who could make those passes. It's unfucking believable.
No, it's not unbelievable. It's not. It's the way. I mean, you see, I've seen people this morning, like you say, praising this the attitude, the grit and determination of these players that have us at the bottom in the bottom half of the table, got us eighth twice, and that's supposed to be a better attitude than the ones that got us top four every single fucking year. What was wrong with their attitude? I tell you what, if top four players have a bad attitude and get you fucking top four, I'll have them. I'll have those players with a bad attitude any fucking day of the week.
And who know how to play, George? Who can make one-touch passes and cut
one-touch passes? Honestly, don't talk about one-touch passes. They can't do two-touch passes. It's 3 or 4 or 5 on a fucking good day. And that's all coming from the manager. It's all coming from the manager, Shotta. These are good fucking players. We know they're good players.
It is indeed, George.
I'm not having to go at the players. People think, why are you slagging the players off? I'm fucking not. They're all good players. Every single fucking one of them is a good player. Every single one. There wasn't a player on the pitch yesterday that isn't better in his position than the Burnley player.
Exactly. Burnley's horrible.
And the same with Norwich. We don't have a player playing in any position that isn't better than their counterpart for Norwich. And we're playing shite. Why
It's
is that?
vampire football, George.
The system is crap. People say, and somebody else tweeted me yesterday, said, oh, we won't know.
Control
We
yourself.
don't know what it's like until he gets all these players in. How his system fucking works. I said, what fucking system? What system are you saying here? It's paint by fucking numbers. It's horrible. It's so slow, so predictable. And I don't see how it can work. I just don't see how it can work. If everything goes to his plan is to play fucking shit football and make one or two chances a game and hope that we can score from them. I don't see what the fuck's going on.
George, let us bring the audience. Let us put some perspective here, because you and I are carrying on because it was horrible. But let us give some perspective here. Burnley had 18 shots in total, 40 fucking crosses, and our defenders are supposed to stop those crosses from coming in. Please, people. If a Wenger team had 40 crosses, there would be a major inquest, right? And Pat Rice could not have survived that, and he's supposed to be a defensive coach.
Can I just say, Burnley made twice as many crosses into our box yesterday as they did in the last 5 games of Wenger's reign.
Exactly, George.
Not the last game, the last 5 games. Twice as many as the last 5 games. And we're telling you, and you're telling me that Arteta's improved the defence?
That's
no, how can he have? A good defence, a good team play, defending, doesn't allow that number of crosses into the box.
Of course not.
Of course you can keep clearing them. You can throw your body in the way. You can fucking dive in and a trailing leg happens to fucking keep the ball out. This is not fucking good defending. No. This is desperation. This is getting away with fucking murder. If you have 40 crosses into your box and 18 shots on target and the opposition don't score, either they're fucking shite or you've been lucky or both. And yesterday, luckily for us, it was both. We got lucky and they were shite.
George, we've gotten these the data you just gave, information you gave is we should give credit to Ehab. Ehab said Burnley have never had more than 5 shots a game against a Wenger team. That team of poor attitude and veterans. 5 fucking shots a game. Yesterday they had 18 fucking shots. If Barnes and Woods were any goddamn good, Burnley would not be 12 games without a win.
If they're any good, they won't be playing for fucking Burnley, would they?
No, of course not.
You might be playing for us.
This is vampire football, people, and he's gonna catch up with us. This is absolute bullshit. But I'm glad for 3 points.
Yeah. I mean, we're not going to get relegated now. I think we can establish that we're going to be good enough to beat the bottom 3 teams in the league and keep us out of the relegation fight.
Yes,
and it's where we are, I'm afraid.
According to Ehab, for the many games from 2014 that they came up and Wenger left in 2018, they had a total of 21 crosses against Wenger's team. That poorly coached, poor defensive-minded coach. 4 fucking years, George. This is your perspective, people. We keep at this.
Look. Here's the thing. We said it with Emery. Eventually, you can get away with results. You can get results against the run of play. You can get lucky results. You can get good results. But that's good on the day.
Right.
But looking forward, your results will in the main be determined by the quality of your play. It's as simple as that. Eventually, the quality of your play will reflect the results. Manchester City last year had a terrible start. Remember people writing them off at the beginning after 5 or 6 games?
Yes.
But you watch them play and you think, well, fucking hell, this can't go on because they're shit hot. Eventually, that play will be turned into results. And it will. And it is. It always is.
Yeah.
Always.
Yes.
And only ever good play, can get you sustained good results. Well, we haven't got any good play, so it's impossible for us to get a sustained run of good results. It is just impossible. It would fly against every law of football. You can't be shit and keep getting fucking results. Eventually, your shitness is reflected in your league position and your results. And that's where we are now. You know, we're 13th now because we're 13th because we've played the worst two teams in the league in the last two matches. No other reason, not because we've started to play well. It's because our players are so good they just can't be beaten by that fucking level of player. Despite the manager's best efforts.
Well, Gerrge, sooner or later, you know, Gerrge, somebody's going to sink their teeth in our neck.
Well, I mean, the thing is, we've dropped lucky again because we're playing fucking Tottenham next week. And normally you would think, oh, the way they started, we're in shit. However, they're on a fucking bad run.
Yes.
They probably won't win today. They got beat by Crystal Palace last week.
Yes.
They play Chelsea today. They got beat by Crystal Palace last week. They struggled in that European fucking dog shite league that they've been forced to play in.
Yes.
So we could even get them on a bad trot. You know, and that'll be good if we can get 3 points off them. That will cheer everybody. All of a sudden, we'll be talking about winning the fucking league.
Well, you know, I was thinking, Gerrge, that, you know, you and I have seen this movie before. Bad performances, you go on a nice run, you get even 3, 4, 5 victories. And then the wheels completely fall off because of exactly what you said.
Yeah, and it'll finish like the last fucking episode of The Sopranos where you're going, what the fuck? What was that? We were expecting fucking something better than that.
Right. You're expecting a mafia bloodbath.
Yeah, crescendo of something. Instead of him just walking off into a toilets in a fucking in an hotel, in a restaurant. But no, I mean this is what will happen. It will happen. We cannot play like this. And people say, no, but it'll get better. Why will it get better? It's not got better. In 18 months, it's got worse. They said, oh, we've sorted the defence out, and next will be the attack. Well, fucking hell, the attack's getting worse. And the defending isn't getting any fucking better.
40
fucking crosses and 18 shots against Burnley. How is that fucking getting good defending? You know,
the point here, Gerrge.
Honestly, Gabriel had a fucking stormer yesterday. Yes. But what type of defending was it? It was a type we see shitty fucking teams used to do against us. Exactly. Throwing the fucking bodies in the way of shots, hoping that fucking they can manage to keep shot after shot out, lucky ricochets and rebounds. And that's the type of defending. And great, good. If he hadn't done it, we'd have lost. But don't fucking tell me that's the way forward. The way forward is to control games. And I'm telling you now, we look so much better with Ainsley Maitland-Niles on. And
you know, Gerrge,
what's it come
to? They look like they could score when they got rid of Barnes and Woods and put on that boy Cornet, who although they put him on wide, he tended to come inside. And I want to give Biso credit. She says if they had perhaps adopted a tactic from the beginning, they would have given us more trouble. But you know, Sean Dyche got his new contract and he's playing the same usual bullshit, and that's gonna take Burnley down eventually. It's gonna catch up with him. I'm sorry, Zach Hamer. I want to give you a big shout out, my friend. You are with us on the live stream, and you've been having the biggest laugh of all. I can see your emoticons, people. None of these clowns will tell you they're gonna be like that certain blogger. They're gonna be telling you, oh, the positive energy got
Look,
me
I'm
younger.
not saying a certain blogger. It's Lee Grove. He's a fucking idiot. He's a fucking idiot. He's always been an idiot.
Well,
Bollocks to fucking keeping his name out of it. He's a fucking asshole and an idiot.
but it's not only him, George. And I mean,
No, there's others. I tell you what, that Chris Wheatley, you've got PR running for this fucking lot. They set up a fucking interview for Ask Arteta.
yes,
With false fucking people asking questions so as he can get back at the fucking Fenerbahce fucking coach.
Where Reece Nelson has gone. Apparently, the manager at Reece Nelson said that the new manager that the club at Reece Nelson made a comment that Reece Nelson could not handle the intensity of the training, and they fucking set up a bogus Twitter account.
It was bogus. It was. Like, it's like these burner accounts, these accounts that you see on Twitter.
Yes.
You come on, they call you cunt, and you look at them and they go like, no followers, no tweets, and no followers, and they're coming on giving you a hard time. Like, this is what they did for Arteta, to give him the opportunity. And you get that, like Chris Wheatley and Gunner Blog.
Yes.
Honestly, those people would give you a sousy and tell you it's a silk purse. Have your silk purse. They're fucking idiots. And people are buying it. They're accepting this absolute PR drivel coming out of the club. You know.
Not only are they buying it, George, they are supporting them. They are giving them money via Patreon. Well, let me tell you, people.
Honestly, you'll have fucking blogs coming out the next week, and you'll have podcasts coming out spend 2 hours analysing how we fucking played. It's not that simple. Watch the game. It was shite. There's your analysis. I've done it for you. There's no more analysis required. We were crap, and we managed. But great, we managed to get 3 points.
One free kick versus 40 crosses, George. It was vampire football. That was what it was. It doesn't need much more than that. Thank you, George. My friends, audience, whether you're on Twitter or on YouTube, and I know you're on Twitter watching, and a few of you are watching on YouTube right now, and it will be up, and I know that you'll be joining us. Remember to like and subscribe. You will never get any analysis like this. These fuckers are into PR. They are telling you shit. They told you shit for 15 fucking years, and they continue to tell you shit today.
I know, but to be fair, Shotta,
yes,
I wouldn't fucking tune in and listen to me either. What's this silly old fucker rambling on about? Zeno.
This Jamaican migrant.
If I stumbled across this channel on YouTube, I'm fucking one. What are these silly fuckers doing on here?
Right.
Shit.
Anyway, George, you know, I'm so happy to have you, George, because, you know, because I'm the only way I keep saying I see this bullshit going. I mean, people criticizing the best football in the world and saying they're tired of it. George, I was like, well, I have to make this last comment. You know, like Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm like, fuck all. We don't even have European football. I'm like, as I said, I got to put something on my blog. I'm fucking put my Marley up to.
Hey, look at this lad in the comments saying, it was so dull, I volunteered to put the washing out mid-game.
Yeah.
Well, if you can type in your address, I'll come round and help you put it out next time we play.
Thank you, people. Remember to look out for us on Friday again when we do our pregame. By the way, guys, we are considering whether we should continue with Zoom. But we need Ehab's analysis.
Yeah, like we need a hole in the head.
Yeah.
No, seriously. Before we go though, can I just say,
Mhm.
rest in peace, Jimmy Greaves.
Oh, he's gone.
He's died, and the great Norm Macdonald as well.
You serious, George? I mean, I remember I used to get pictures on my what was it? Some bullshit we used to get in the with the gum. With the gum, yes, with the gum. Back in the day, I was a kid, George. I wasn't looking anywhere like you. Thank you, people. After all this 30 odd
Bullshit.
minutes of bullshit, remember to like and subscribe. We need your support. Thank you very much.
See you later, everybody.
Oh my God.